What is up? This is your LA in a minute, and this is the earliest known depiction of Los Angeles. Crafted in 1847, before this was actually a city, the landscape of the plaza and the Pueblo is still recognizable, only on a much smaller scale. As the first visual recording of what would become the most important metropolis in the world, I think this drawing is quite significant. Let's get into it. The drawing was created by William Rich Hutton, an architect, surveyor, and artist who first arrived at the then Mexican Pueblo on July 7th, 1847. Hutton arrived to the Pueblo along with his uncle, who was in the U.S. Army at the nascent harbor in San Pedro. When the duo made landfall, they found an area in the midst of a series of battles between Mexico and the United States, and they required an escort of 11 armed cavalrymen for the 8-hour journey by horseback. Though the capitulation or Treaty of Cahuenga had theoretically paused hostilities in California, a state of war still existed between the U.S. and Mexico, and battles were still flaring up, including the Siege of Los Angeles, the Battle of Dominguez Rancho, and the Battle of Rio San Gabriel. Los Angeles was still legally Mexican territory, though the Americans treated it as an occupied city. And Hutton's observations, while peaceful in nature, came during a very contentious time. Hutton and his uncle only remained in Los Angeles for 3 weeks on that visit, but it was enough time for Hutton to make multiple sketches of the developing Pueblo. Hutton did end up returning to Los Angeles several more times, including in 1849 when he assisted E.O.C. Ord with the city's first official survey, producing several more drawings and maps. In 1948, at the end of the Mexican-American War, Los Angeles and the rest of California were purchased as part of the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo and became part of the United States. And it's interesting to note that Los Angeles was actually incorporated as a municipality on April 4th, 1850, 5 months before California achieved statehood. As for Hutton, he remained in California through 1853 and continued to make sketches, drawings, and even paintings of the city. Hutton's drawings remained prized possessions of his family until 1939, when the Huntington Library acquired them from his surviving daughters. So thank you, William Rich Hutton, for providing the earliest known depictions of Los Angeles almost 180 years ago. And today, the Pueblo may look a little different, but it still remains. All right, LA, it's been a minute.